Have you ever met someone who seems to achieve success effortlessly, as if life just bends in their favor, while others grind endlessly yet seem to go nowhere? Have you ever wondered why some people grow while others burn out, working harder but not necessarily wiser? What if the secret to success isn't working more, but working smarter? Learning when to stop swinging and when to sharpen your axe. After hearing this story, you'll never look at time, effort, or success the same way again. Long ago, in a small mountain village surrounded by deep forests and heavy snow, the air buzzed with excitement. Winter was coming fast, and the annual woodcutters competition was about to begin. The event would decide which lumberjack could gather the most firewood to warm the entire village through the cold months ahead. The whole town gathered to watch. Two men stood ready before the great forest. One was a young woodcutter, strong, proud, and bursting with energy. The other was an old veteran, calm, quiet, and marked by the wisdom of his years. When the starting bell rang, the young man leaped forward like lightning. His axe swung fast and hard, slicing through the air with powerful blows. The crowd cheered as tree after tree fell. His confidence grew with each strike. "I'll prove myself today," he thought. "No one can outwork me." But in the distance, the sound of the older woodcutter's axe echoed differently. It was rhythmic, steady, with small, deliberate pauses that broke the silence. The young man smirked. "He's resting again," he thought. Old age has made him weak, and so he pushed harder. He swung faster, sweat dripped from his forehead, his muscles screamed in protest, but he refused to stop. He truly believed that victory belonged to those who never paused. Hours passed. The young woodcutter's hands blistered, his arms trembled, and every breath felt heavier. He glanced over and saw the old man still chopping, calm, methodical, even graceful. At times, the old man seemed to disappear into the forest, falling completely silent, only to return moments later, swinging again with renewed strength and precision. The sun began to sink behind the mountains, and the air grew cold. When the final bell rang, the exhausted young woodcutter dropped to his knees, drenched in sweat. He smiled faintly, confident of his victory. "Surely," he thought, "I've cut down twice as many trees." When the villagers gathered for the final count, however, whispers rippled through the crowd. The elder's pile of wood towered above the young man's. It was nearly twice as high. The young woodcutter stared in disbelief. "This can't be," he exclaimed. "I never stopped for a moment, and I heard you take breaks all day long." The old man smiled kindly, his face lit by the orange glow of dusk. "Yes, my son," he said gently. "I did stop often, but each time I paused, I was sharpening my axe." The young man blinked, confused. The old woodcutter raised his gleaming blade, which caught the last rays of sunlight. "You see, while you swung with dull steel, I took time to restore my edge. Every pause I took made my next strike faster, deeper, and cleaner. It isn't just strength that wins, but wisdom, knowing when to act and when to renew." He placed a comforting hand on the young man's shoulder. "In life, too, you must stop to sharpen your tools, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Endless effort without reflection dulls the blade. The wise don't just work hard, they work prepared." That night, as the young woodcutter stared at his calloused hands, he finally understood. He realized that his greatest weakness wasn't a lack of strength, but a lack of stillness. He had believed that resting meant wasting time, but the truth was the exact opposite. Pausing was what made the effort meaningful. From that day on, he changed the way he lived. He woke early, not to rush, but to plan. He worked with focus, not frenzy. And every day, before sunset, he took time to sharpen his tools, to reflect, and to simply breathe. Within months, he became known as the most efficient worker in the entire region, not because he worked longer, but because he worked smarter. This ancient story carries a timeless truth. Success is not the reward of endless exhaustion. It's the result of strategic pauses, intentional focus, and continuous renewal. When you feel stuck, it's often not because you're not strong enough, it's because your axe has grown dull. When your mind feels heavy, your motivation fades, and your results slow down. That's not failure, it's a sign. A sign to step back, rest, learn, and sharpen your edge. Remember this: rest is not laziness, it's preparation. Reflection is not a delay, it's finding your direction. And strategy is not avoidance, it's wisdom. You don't always need to work harder to change your life. Sometimes, you just need to sharpen your axe. Every challenge in your life is a forest waiting to be conquered. But only a fool swings endlessly without pausing to prepare. The wise step back, sharpen their tools, and return stronger, calmer, and sharper than ever before. So the next time you feel overworked and overwhelmed, ask yourself this question: am I cutting down trees, or am I just dulling my blade? Take a breath, sharpen your skills, renew your mind, then watch how icily the forest falls before you. If this story helped you see success in a new light, please share it with someone who's been working hard but might be forgetting to rest. And if you believe that true power lies in wisdom, not just effort, subscribe for more stories that help you sharpen your mind, your heart, and your life. Because success isn't about how hard you swing, it's about how sharp your axe is when you do. Thank you for watching.